Hello, hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmy. We'll give YouTube a few minutes to notify everybody. For those of you who do not know, I am Kimmy, one of the notary trainers here at Notary Educators. I am also the owner of this channel, Notary Life with Kimmy. We teach notaries in all 50 states how to be a great notary because without that foundation, you have no business. And we'll let Alexis introduce herself. She is also one of our trainers. Alexis, can you also pull up Facebook for me, please? And then introduce yourself. Hey, welcome.
Hey, everybody. My name is Alexis Franklin. I am one of the notary educators. And welcome to tonight's topic. So happy to be here and kick off this 2024 year.
I know, right? Can you believe that? I found some film that, those old, you may not even know because you're so young, but they used to make boxes where you had disposable boxes of film and you could take a picture with the box and then you take it to Walgreens or wherever to get it developed. So I have about 14 of those boxes before we had cameras, like real nice cameras. And now everybody that uses their phone. So do you even know what that box is, Alexis? Those little disposable?
Yes, I'm not that young. Yes.
Okay. Right. Well, the reason I said that is because I have, like I said, 14 of them. And one of them said it needs to be developed before 2000. And we're in 2024. So I was like, I don't even know if it's going to develop or not. I don't even have a clue. Hey, welcome everybody. Hey Swan, what's going on? Who's on Facebook? We got some Happy New Year's there. Okay, Alexis gonna pull up Facebook so we can say hey. So hey, welcome everybody who is joining us. Yes, I got those little disposable boxes. Got about 14 of them, and like I said, one of them says get it developed before the year 2000. So we're in 2024. I don't even know if it's going to develop. So I might try one box, and then if it works, then I'll go ahead and do some more. Because I don't know what's on them. Half of me is like out of sight, out of mind. I don't know what's on the boxes, the pictures anyway. So I don't know. Swan saying she left some cameras at Walmart to get developed, but never picked them up. This was years ago. I know, right? And now with the invention of the phone, it's like, whatever. Hey, June, what's going on? I'm glad you made it too. We were like, we just have to go live today and just catch up. I've been hearing so many things, and I like to kind of address things with you all from the truest perspective that's out there in these notary streets, as we all like to say. And then we'll start back on Mondays at our regular time. I do plan to go live a whole lot more for 2024. That's one of my goals. When I'm not working, because you guys know I'm an actual working notary. I'm not just a YouTuber. None of us are. Alexis has her own business. Angela does. She couldn't make it tonight. And Jeffrey also. He is a notary. And he gets out here and he stamps these papers. So he is the fourth member of Notary Educators. He came from behind the scenes last year. So let's get into today's topic, okay? And as people come and watch later, they can go back and catch up, okay? So, is it too late to become a notary? Did we have a few shout outs on Facebook, Alexis? Anybody over there?
Yeah, Sharita Barzy Turner says happy.
What's up, Sharita? Welcome again, Sharita Swan, June, everybody who's here with us. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. I don't think so. So yeah, guys, tonight's topic is it too late to become a notary in 2024? Because I heard somebody recently say, don't even go get your commission. We got enough notaries. I'm like, first of all, how you going to tell somebody what they can do with their life and their business? Don't even go. We good out here. We don't need no more notaries. That makes zero sense. Okay. Let's talk about why that kind of statement doesn't make sense. And there are a lot of notaries. There are over 4 million notaries in the United States. Okay. According to the internet. And that number's from 2022. So there was an influx. Of course, we all know this during COVID, right? That's when I found out about doing it to make money. Now, I was already a notary. I've been a notary for over 20 years. But I didn't know you could do it for a business because that was the best kept secret. And it still is. Every day people ask me, is this what you do for a living? Right, Alexis?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still completely shocked. And most people do not know, even in 2024, what a notary is until they need one, or they go to search for a side hustle and it will pop up normally on YouTube or something. If you type in number one side hustle, notary is probably going to pop up. So we're not telling people, and we don't even like to hear people say, well, you know what? I'm a notary. Alexis is a notary. So we don't need no more. The doors are closed. No more notaries. That's it. Go home. Bye. That don't even make sense. Let's talk about why that doesn't make sense. Why there is still a need for notaries, why there's still an opportunity for you, no matter where you are living, for you to develop and grow your notary business. Why? Because sometimes people die. Okay? Let's just keep it real. There are people that's been notaries, like your grandmother was a notary, right? Your great-grandmother was a notary. Well, unfortunately, there's a generation coming, a generation going, like the Bible says, right? And that's just what happens. People die. One of my best contacts right now, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time because their previous notary had died. An older lady, okay? So it's sad to talk about, but it happens, right? So when people die, it leaves room for a new breed or new people to step into that role, right? Many of you had doctors when you were babies. You remember your doctor when you were younger, Alexis?
I do.
So are they probably still practicing at this age?
No, he was older then.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, right. So he's probably no longer with us. Or if he is, he's not able to practice, right? There are also people retiring from the industry. Maybe their vision is going. Maybe their hearing is going. Maybe they can't drive and get in and out the cars. Oh, my battery's trying to die. I'm talking about death. Hold on. I got it plugged in. Why? Oh, because the thing came out. Hold on. I don't want the live to disconnect. Sorry, y'all. This is live. My charger thingy came out. Okay, of the laptop. It's back. It's like, dying. What? I'm talking about too much about death, right? But anyway, so when we get to talking about people retiring, that's where we were. Notaries retire. And it may not just be the age, it might be health conditions. As you get older, like I was saying earlier, getting in and out the car is a lot for people. Okay. You may decide, you know what? I don't like going to people's homes anymore. So all of those things also leave room for newbies. If you already have your business, maybe this is a good time to get in there and grow your business. I have several friends for 2024. They closed their businesses. Okay. They closed different industries. They closed their business. Done. Complete. And I'm sure you've seen some YouTubers too in the notary space who said, you know what, I'm going back to work. Okay. That's fine. That's just more for the next person. Because those papers that they were notarizing still have to be notarized. Okay. Somebody still need a document notarized. I had a couple more on here, and then we'll let Alexis jump in. And then I want to talk to you about some different documents that have to be signed daily. That's daily. That's not based around real estate. Okay. We talked about dying, retiring, moving. People relocate. I want to be closer to my in-laws. I want to be closer to my family, my children. I'm older now, or they just want to be closer to the grandkids. So they're like, I'm out of here. Husband relocates. They were a notary here, but now my husband's relocating to wherever. Now I got to follow him. I got to close up shop wherever I am. So you see, there's a constant change. What would you like to add to that, Alexis? And then I'm going to add my last point I wanted to.
My biggest thing is not every time, but majority of the time, when I get a phone call, the first thing people say is, oh, you answered your phone, or, oh, I've been looking for a notary, or, you know how to do X, Y, and Z. I need this done. I needed this done last week. I couldn't find anybody. I get that all the time. Or, oh, the UPS closes at this time and they don't have a notary there. Or I get so many different things where I know that any new notary or anybody that's a notary can still flourish in today's environment, because just because you go on Google and you see a list of notaries don't mean they're actually practicing or they're available. I mean, it's so many different variables that go into it. So just keep that in mind. Like, it's still so much room. I get it all the time. People cannot find a notary. And it leads to where they can find us more money in our pocket.
It's true. It's so true. And I still get that comment daily. Oh, no one else picked up their phone. Oh, you're actually working? You're actually open?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we are. So the last thing I had is people just frankly quit. So we talked about dying, retiring, moving, and they just quit the business. Some people are like, you know what? I'm going back to work. I'm done with this. I don't want to do it anymore. Maybe not negatively, but they just decided, you know what? I want a new career. Just like I wanted a notary as a career, right? I might next year decide, you know what? I think I'm going to go do ABC. Sometimes people just want a change. So as you can see, with all these different circumstances, as people die, as they retire, as they move, as they quit the business, those documents still need to be notarized by someone. Now, who is that going to be? Don't let anyone discourage you and tell you we're good on the notary front. You don't have to apply. Don't get your commission. Okay. That's just not good. Now, what documents are being notarized daily? And then we're going to get some of your comments. Okay. Documents that still need to be notarized that are not associated with the mortgage industry, because everybody talk about loan signing agent, loan signing agent, loan signing agent. That is still, people are buying and selling homes every single day. That's still happening. But there are other documents that need to be notarized. For example, the 401k. I did one today, and the spouse has to sign. In case you did not know this, a spouse has to sign if their mate is going to take some money out of the 401k. I cannot just take a withdrawal without Jeffrey signing off of it, or vice versa. You cannot just cancel anything with your 401k and you're married. Your spouse needs to know. That form has to be notarized. It's called spousal consent. Another one related to that same thing is, I did one today, was a retirement form. My client was retiring from his company. He decided he does not want to do the spousal support part of the pension. So he has an option. He could take all of his money just for himself while he lives, or he can have part of the money to go to his spouse after he dies. So he's opting, you know what? I want all my money right now. I don't care about her if something happened to me. Now, he didn't say that, but I felt that he should let her continue to receive that money. There's very few plans that are even out there like that. But again, that form is called a spousal consent. Okay, that form is happening daily. People are retiring daily. Okay, and he was actually a repeat client. I did a loan mod for him last year. He was repeat. I've had a lot of repeat clients recently. Angela has also, and Alexis get a lot of repeat business. And that's the thing. It takes about maybe 12 months to really get your name out there. But once you're out there, once you're out there, you are the notary. You are the go-to notary. If you do good work, people will call you. Another document, the will. Now, all wills are not notarized, but if they have a form in there called a self-proving affidavit, that form is notarized, okay? And people sign wills all day long. Power of attorneys, for whatever reason. It could be a 1-page or a 10-page. Power of attorneys are going back and forth all day long, okay? Alexis recently told us about the nurse form. Alexis, can you talk a little bit about that one?
Yeah, it's a form when you're, every state has a licensure for the state for nursing. So if you're in Georgia, I'm not sure for every other state, but I know for Georgia, you have to apply for your license. Like, let's say you're coming from a different state, or let's say you're a new nurse. So you have to apply for that license to be licensed in the state of Georgia. So I've had a couple people, I've had a nurse practitioner come to me. She was a nurse, and then she was going into being a nurse practitioner. She needed to get that license done. So she needed that form completed. Also, I had a student that just graduated. He needed to get his nursing license. So he had that form that needed to be done. So like a nurse licensure form, I'm pretty sure other industries that need licenses to practice will have this exact same thing. I've had doctors as well. So that's another revenue that you can add to your Google page.
And 2 more documents that are being notarized daily is sometimes when you're applying for a handicap application, that needs to be notarized too. Okay, that needs to be notarized. And my last other document I want to talk about, then we're going to get your comments, is the virtual mailbox form. People are starting businesses all day long, and that mailbox form has to be notarized. Okay. Virtual mailboxes, it has to be notarized. So we've given you at least 6 or 7 right there. And there are plenty more documents. People have reference letters. I mean, that's why you need to know how to be a great notary. And when you hear me talk about, which I get a lot of pushback and I hear people chatter, well, you need to know more than just how to notarize a document. If you know how to notarize any of these things that we just talked about, and that's what we do as notary educators, we teach you how to notarize any document. If you didn't see my video about how to do even a piece of toilet paper, go back and check it out. But when we teach you, you can notarize anything. And that's how you become a go-to notary. Not because you know how to market. Anybody can market. You do need to know how, right? But you need to know your craft first. And then you can start marketing. You got to know what you're doing. Okay. And I hear a lot of people today, I'm not going to go on a tangent because this is not what this is about. I'm going to do a whole video about training. But I'm hearing a lot of people say, well, all the information is out there. You should be able to look it up and teach yourself. Yeah. Same thing about being a doctor. There's a lot of information about being a doctor. And some people will go and be fake doctors. I don't know if y'all ever see reports like that. They teach themselves enough where they have been able to function as a fake doctor without actually going to medical school. So you can actually try that and they're not successful. I would not want that to be my doctor, right? You haven't actually been trained. But there is a lot of information out there. So this is the way Alexis, myself, and Angela, and Jeffrey, we always explain training. You can take 2 to 3 years to learn what we learn to do it at the level that we do it at, right? Or you can come to us and we can get it done in a couple hours for you, okay? We can give you what it took us 2 to 3 years to become pros at experts and give it to you like bam. So it's kind of like depending on what you want to do, right? So we eliminate all the guessing, all the trial, all the error. Because some people say, well, you know what? Your state says you're a notary, so just go start stamping. You'll be good. You can figure it out. You can figure out what an acknowledgement is. It's not rocket science. It's not. But if that's not your industry, if that's not where you come from, your background, because I had a banking background, so I know about documents, right? But for the average person, if you don't know, we're giving you the shortcut, okay? The express method, so you don't have to figure it out and have your clients' documents like a guinea pig. You know, I'm just gonna try it and see what happened. If I mess it up, it's my first one. They're not gonna be so forgiving. Now, back in 2021-ish, 2020, maybe the beginning of that, if you didn't know what you were doing, it was still the kind of time where it was just so much work that you can kind of get under the radar if you were making mistakes and stuff. Now, I never roll like that. I just don't play with my business like that. I don't play with any part of my business like that. When I roll out anything, it needs to be correct, okay? And that's what I want for you as a trainer, as an educator. I want you to be the best at what you're doing, okay? So we do have our online courses, self-paced. The live trainings will be back in a couple of weeks. So we'll talk about that on Monday. But if you're just starting your business, you might want to check out Start Your Notary Business. I got one for each state. This is Michigan, Indiana. Every state has their own book. Washington, D.C., Texas. So I go over how to start your business step by step, literally, and actually marketing. I go over a little bit of everything in that book. It's a really great book. Let me get some of your comments right quick. Alexis had to step away. And welcome to everyone. I should have said that in the beginning, who will join us on the replay also, and who will hear the podcast. Notary Educators does have a podcast, in case you didn't know. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. It is completely free. We're over 9,000 strong, and you can get a lot of help over there. Alexis, myself, and Angela, we jump in when we can. But if we're not available, somebody in the group will answer your question. We read it. So if it's something that's incorrect, we will definitely check it. You cannot learn how to be a notary in our group because we can't allow you to put documents. Sometimes people want to put, whole long modification in a Facebook group. Unfortunately, we cannot do that for security reasons of everybody. Okay. We're not trying to get sued because you accidentally put Mr. Smith's address all through Facebook and now everybody know, or they know he getting a $500,000 loan. So we can't teach you how to be a notary at Facebook. But if you want to know Hey, should I pick red business cards or blue? If you got a quick question, you can type it out and someone can help you, but we can't allow any pictures of documents in the group, okay? So that's Notary Educators. Is completely free. So let's get to your comments, okay? Holly says, good evening, everyone. I was just wondering, how would you promote yourself when you don't have an LLC? Can you make a Google page without an LLC for your business? You want to handle that one, Alexis?
Yes, you can. So when I first started out, I didn't have an LLC and I made a Google page. You just have to, nowadays, I think they make it a little more difficult. You just have to prove that you're a business. So, you have to do a video, maybe show like your stamp, your setup, your car, your laptop. You just have to show some type of setup. And they usually are able to approve you with that. But they don't ask for an LLC. But things change. But as of right now, they don't.
Yeah, they do not. That's optional. And don't let that be a hindrance. I love your question because I teach you don't have to have an EIN, LLC, and all of that to start your business. You do not have to. Now, is it good business to get those things? Yes, but I really want to make sure this is something you want to do. LLCs are not cheap. They're not. So that's once you get an LLC, you really start down a path. You have to have renewals. You have to have documentation to go along with it. So that's why I've gotten a little pushback about that in the past. But Kim, I think it's just wrong for you to tell people not to get an EIN and not to get an LLC. I never said that. I said you don't have to have those things to start your business. Because a lot of times some notaries want to wait. And whatever industry you're in, if you haven't saw my other channel, Business Life with Kimmy, I'm going to address that over there. I have another one that's strictly all business. And you do not have to have those things to start. And we actually have a few more free resources for you at Notary Educators. We put a link for the EIN number now. We put a link for more information about LLCs. We put a few different links. So we're trying to go over all the updates on Monday night. We want to get a few more of your comments. But yeah, don't let that stop you, okay? And hey, Columbus, Texas, welcome. Our next question, Alexis, is Kimmy, I like the name of your lip color and the brand is fabulous. Sorry for being off topic. Hey, Party, you are so sweet. So this is an old lipstick. It's a dark purple. It's a really dark purple. I was just trying something different. I could show you the tube, but they probably don't even have it. It's just on my head in my purse. But it's a super dark purple. I could tell you it was like one of them 99-cent lipsticks. That's all I ever buy. I got one $5 lip gloss. The one I bought for the photo shoot, Alexis. I think that was in New York, NYK or something.
NYX.
NYX, thank you. NYX, I got one gloss. I paid $5 for. I do love that gloss. So yeah, it's just a dark purple lipstick. Thank you though. And I don't have the tube handy. If I can remember, I'll throw it in the chat for you. Kimberly says, is there enough jobs around as a loan signing agent if you want to meet the customer in a public place? I don't mind doing loan signings, but I would like to meet the buyer in a public place. What's your thoughts on that, Alexis?
Majority, I'm gonna speak from what I've encountered. So they set it up and you kind of accept it or decline it. I've never pushed back and asked, hey, can we meet in a public space? I've never done that. So I don't really know how they view that at all. But I do know that people do conduct loan signings in public spaces, but I'm not sure if the loan signing agent requested that or if the signer requested that. So, but I do know they do conduct them in public places, definitely.
So, somebody was asking about what forms. I'm trying to type it for the 401k spouse. So let me put that in here right quick. As far as that is concerned, you would never change the location of a loan signing without going through the signing company, okay? Because they know where that signing is supposed to take place. For security reasons, you don't want to just change it. For inconveniencing the client also, that's not for you to decide. If it's a job that you don't want to take for whatever reason, just don't take it. So most of the time with loan signings, those are in clients' homes. Now, I went to one just Friday. It was an office building. and it was inside of a bank. So we looked for that address and looked for that address. And I kept saying, I know it's not inside the bank. But inside the bank on the upper level was the guy's office. So my point in saying that was it was a beautiful office, but it was inside the bank at the top. So, but yeah, so that was a blessing. I love going to banks as for loan signings. I love going to Panera. I love going because I don't have to worry about dogs. You guys know I don't like dogs. I don't no, let me not say I don't like them. I'm afraid of larger dogs. So that's my main thing. And I have a terrible cat allergy. So for me, when I can go to a bank, if I can go to a restaurant, something like that, I'm in heaven. I'm in absolute heaven. So, but back to your question though. So yeah, we're not going to be, if you can't go to the client's home for some reason, you probably won't be able to do a lot of loan signing jobs because you can't just tell the client, because that's why you're hiring a notary. I had someone recently too. He was like, well, they wanted me to come to Atlanta. I ain't feel like doing all that. And they sent me out, right? So we can't tell the client on the norm, hey, I need you to meet me over at Panera. No, especially your loan signing clients. Now, your general notary is going to be different. You can do whatever you want with that because that's your business. And even with that, if they're hiring you to be mobile to come to them, it's usually a reason why. They can't work out. They can't leave their home. Somebody's homebound. It really limits you when you don't want to go to the homes. It really does. So for security reasons, and you have to examine what's your motive and what's your reasons why you can't do it. And then see if we can come with a workaround, because it's going to be very hard to do loan signings and you got to keep changing trying to even change the location about the public place. You might have somebody that can go with you, just see what's the problem and then see, can we do a workaround? Okay. Somebody asked about listing the documents. I did list them again.
Kimberly, just back on topic, Kimberly said again, okay, can we ask the loan signing company if I can meet in a public place? My reason is safety. So usually, Kimberly, they already have it set up and you are accepting it or declining it. So if you can't do it, then no, you wouldn't push back and say, hey, I can do it, but can we meet in a public place? Like, it doesn't work like that in loan signing. Like, they already have it set up usually, and then you accept that job or you decline that job.
Yeah, and this is an excellent question. Excellent question. So what I would push back on with that too is normally, and I'm not saying that you would not come across any situation where you wouldn't feel safe, because that could happen. General notary, loan signing, whatever. But usually the loan signing people have been pretty much vetted in the sense that the mortgage company has dealt with them. By the time they call you from the loan signing company, their ID has been flashed across maybe 5 or 6 different desks. You know what I mean? So I really like loan signing for that reason. General notary is the one you really scared of because you don't know who they are.
Right?
Like for real. We have people sometimes they be like, hey, I'm in jail and I such and such and such and such, or hey, my son is over here and he, it's got a whole situation and a whole story. So general notary is where you really want to be afraid of, but what you would be more afraid of. But for the loan signing piece, and I got a feeling too, now I haven't did it, so I can't tell you not to try that. Asking for what you want, say, hey, I can do the job, but I need the client to meet me at ABC. I've not tried that.
Right.
But I can just about guarantee you that if you do that with enough companies, they're probably going to be like, no, because that means this, by the time it gets to you, Kimberly, again, it's already touched 5 or 6 people. Now they got to go back and say, well, Kimberly will do it for you, but you got to meet her.
Yeah.
And that's just a whole nother layer. When these things go down, when they finally get the loan signing to you, it need to be boom, 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 because they need that loan document back in 24 hours, like next day. So I'm not going to discourage you from asking for what you want, but just be aware that's not the norm. Okay. Alexis, did you need to head out? Are we almost done? Because let's see. I know you had.
Yeah, I was going to say we almost done.
Okay, good. Let's wrap it up then. So we're going to take these last few questions. Let's see. So Tanya says, what's a good platform for Ron? So I don't do Ron, Tanya. I always refer people to Side Hustle Seattle's channel for Ron because I don't do it. So I can't really speak to it in the state of Georgia. Now, when it does hit here, if it ever, I'll be the first one to sign up. But right now, we are not able to. It's not legal in our state. So check out Side Hustle Seattle. Let's see, Kimberly, we did a whole video on safety too. Go back to the channel and check out that safety video we did because it was really good. And we might even could do another one, but check out that safety video, okay? And it'll give you some tips on how to maneuver these signings. And our last one we had, and I'll let Alexa talk a little bit about the loan signing course really quick. Loan signing course and a general notary course. If you could talk about both of those really quick, and then we'll start kind of wrapping up. And then on Monday, we'll go over all the new things we got for you guys. We're so excited. Alexis is creating several things for you. I'm so glad she's part of the team. She has some younger generational things that we getting cooked up over here. So Monday night, all announcements will roll out, and that's at 6:00 Eastern. I had a problem with the email tonight. So those of you who sign up for emails, don't kill me and say, well, Kim said sign up for emails. I'm so sorry, but that did not work tonight. Okay, last question. Patty says, not sure if this helps, but my mindset is this. It's a major transaction. So people are looking to complete business, not looking to play games. And that's so true. That was to our point. That is so true, Patty. So when you're thinking about these loan mortgages and selling property, buying a property, these people ain't playing no games, you know. So that's why I said they've usually been vetted pretty much. Now, I'm not saying they can't be crooks. I'm not saying that. Or they can't be, you know, rapists or whatever, you know. Really quick, I'm going to say this. I'm going to let Alexis talk. I had a situation at the park today. I went walking. And this guy, and I don't like walking by myself at the park. If I go by myself, I walk in the middle of the parking lot. I'll just walk in a circle. I'm not that person that's got to be all over the park. I walk right in a circle where the cars are, right? Main road. So today I said, well, Jeffrey went to, so he went on one side of the park because when he goes, he's taller. He like to get his stride, and I'm slower. And, you know, I'm like, whatever, willy-nilly. And anyway, I started walking. And this guy, older gentleman, he says, hey, how you doing? I said, oh, hey, y'all know me. I'm like talking like I know him forever. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he was like, hey. And then he goes, so which direction are you going? Excuse me? I ain't walking with you. I don't even know you. I was terrified. So I have my fingernails are not like super long, but they're very sharp. And they've been since I was a kid. I could just touch you almost and cut you. My fingernails. So what I did, I started walking and praying. And I had my hands. And I told him, I said, yeah, my husband is in that same direction that you're going. Tell him I'm waiting for him. And he was like, oh, okay. And then I called Jeffrey, y'all. And I told him, I said, hey, I said, this man was being weird. I didn't like it. I said, he's wearing a red coat. Did we not see that man a few minutes later? He was wearing a white coat. I think what happened, the people that was walking behind him had on red. And I just got them confused. I'm not that person with a good memory anyway. I am not. So I told him, yeah, he got on a red coat. Man had on a white vest. But anyway, what I was saying is I got my fingernails ready. Because I was going to get him if he even thought about trying to touch me or do anything. I was ready. Praying and had my hands clenched like, what's that, X-Man, Wolverine? I was getting ready to get him because I didn't feel safe. And I asked Jeffrey, I said, you would never ask nobody that. And he was like, no. He said, I try not to even make eye contact. What would you think, Alexis? That man going to say, which direction you going?
I would have been looking at him like he was crazy. I'm with you on that.
What? No, I was so afraid. So when it comes to safety, that's why I just told that little story. I'm a chicken, y'all. So I'm like you, Kimberly. I'm like, hey, where's the public place? You know, I let somebody know where I'm going. And Angela is really good about that. She's not here tonight. I'm going to say this and we'll get that last couple comments. But she's not here tonight. But Angela is really good about that. She will wrap it. She sends me a text message. She sends her daughter a message wherever she is. So somebody always knows when she's leaving that job, especially at night too. She'll be like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm safe. So it might call for you to do a little extra on the safety front too, to make sure you feel okay. But don't miss your money if you can, but you got to be safe and you got to feel good first. Okay, Lexus, last couple comments, and then if you'll talk about the two main courses.
Yeah, and then Rosie was commenting to Kimberly and says, Kimberly may want to market directly the title and escrow some companies to sign in their office. Yeah, that's definitely an option as well if they allow it. Yeah. You could definitely still make money. You could put it on your Google page and do it general notary wise, and then you can set the parameters of where the location is at. So you can still make money within the loan signing space. And Renee said, hey, no. And Bryce says, you got to stay safe first and foremost. No reason to be nice to people like that. I wish more men were aware how questions like, which direction are you going, make them dangerous. That's
yes, true. Bryce, you hear me? Hey, Bryce, it's nice to see you too.
It is.
Yeah, and Rosie, hey, everybody. Yeah, I felt so uncomfortable after that. That threw my whole walk off, which direction. I don't know you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Lexus.
But that was it. That Bryce was the last comment.
All right. Can you just talk a little bit really quick about the general notary, the notary A to Z course, and then loan signing, and then we out.
Of course. So 2024, let's kick it off and let's get in these notary streets. And to do that, like we said, I feel like it's best to make sure you get some training. And our training is top notch, if I do say so myself. Notarize like a pro A to Z. That one is going to be all about how to be a notary beginning to end. So how to notarize, the basics, right? And as well as learning the basics, you're learning everything about a notarial block, which is what we use to notarize, different type of notarizations. We go over a few documents in there so you can be familiar with the process, as well as the business aspect. So you get a lot with the Notarized Like a Pro course. The business side, how to market. So we had a few questions about how to market. So how to market, that's definitely important. And pricing, how to price your jobs, even depending on what area you're in, So all of that, you literally walk away basically with the blueprint to start your business. Simple as that. I mean, all you have to do is go on Google, sign up, make sure you have your commission and everything, but you're ready to go after that course. So make sure you all sign up. And then with our loan signing A to Z, that's same thing, beginning to end, all about loan signing. We're going over how to get assignments. So that's a big question I feel like a lot of people have. Well, where do I find assignments or jobs at? So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over different documents within loan packages, tips and tricks, how to really get out there and be the preferred loan signing agent or notary signing agent. And also we're going to go over some documents and how to close out your assignments. So beginning to end, what that process looks like. And even if you've taken training before, or you've done loan signing, or you've been a notary, like I've heard people say from all different walks, whether they were in the industry already or whether they, started from scratch, they've taken the course and they really found something valuable in it. So no matter what stage you're in, I suggest you take the courses because it takes you up to that next level. It really does.
Yes. So guys, it has been our pleasure. We got last question here from Tanya. Do you think it's a good idea to market to daycare for ink fingerprinting? I've never had anyone from a daycare request that. I usually get CNA, certified nursing assistant, a lot. So that's where I would probably start. You can Google a certified nursing school in your area and then maybe see if they need that. And some daycares may need ink.
Yeah, I was going to say, call. Yeah. I would call and or talk to the director or the owner, depending on how large the daycare is. But I would just say, if your employees need, do they need, or ask the question, however you want to pose it. But I would definitely reach out because I've had somebody reach out to me for fingerprints and they were working in a daycare.
Yeah, I did too. And even if they don't need you for ink fingerprints in Tanya, they may need you for notary services too.
Right, exactly.
Because they have documents that have to be notarized. Good question. So guys, on behalf of Notary Life with Kimmy, Notary Educators, and Alexis, Angela, and Jeffrey. We thank you all for joining us tonight. We will see you Monday night at 6. Do not forget, everything's back on track. And we're wishing you guys a great 2024. And I know we all got this, okay? Bye, guys. Until next time. Good night.